Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. In today's episode, we've got a cup game final for you. Unfortunately, though, in this Persistent Parma series, the Italian Serie C Cup is actually played in two legs, just in case you missed the last episode. So yeah, the first one will be away from home, but the second one obviously at home. A week, actually not even a week. I think that's 14 days away, so 2 weeks later. So unfortunately, we obviously can't really live com both games, but it'll depend on the result really. I might stop it halfway through and just carry on, skip these little games in between. But yeah, hasn't really been too many games since the last episode, the one where we showed you Pisa. And yeah, the disappointing run continues. We're still without a win in the second half of the season. We lost the next game against Forli away from home. It was always going to be tough, but we should have won still, considering their position in the league. Let me show you. They're actually here, yeah, trying to avoid getting into those playoff spots for relegation. Yeah, the draw against Padova, I thought was finally going to be our first win, but unfortunately for us, Padova's Z Turbo scored in the 87th minute for them, and that stopped us from getting our 3 points. But anyways, today's all about the cup final, nothing to do with the Serie C, and we need to, try and win some trophies. If I have a quick look at the history, the club history, I'm not sure if it will still show all the titles that you want. Yeah, it still does. European Cup winners, as you can see here, Italian Serie C, and I think that's it. I think the only thing that's been revoked or taken away, or whatever you want to call, is the history as Serie A winners. Pretty sure they won at one point. I think they took it away. But anyways, the point is, today's all about the cup final. And if you guys haven't watched the previous episodes, the board don't really care about this cup. As you can tell here, it says board expectations not important, and the confidence doesn't change whatsoever that we're in the final. But anyways, we want some silverware. We're away from home, and we'll be getting into today's game with this lineup, the same tactics we've been playing with all season. Nothing really new here, but yeah, I think this is pretty much standard first 11. We'll go through it in more detail, but let's just get into the game and see if we can beat a very, very tough Bassano team. They are just really good, just pretty solid. They're doing quite well in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a quick look here. As you can tell, it says first in the league. They're running away with it pretty much. There's 7 points ahead with 6 games to go, so you don't really see them dropping any points. They had to overtake Teramo Venetia for the title. If you've been following the season so far, Teramo were the ones that were leading for quite some time there. So yeah, credit to Bassano. We have to give them credit where it's due. We're going to be battling to try and avoid dropping out of the promotional spots. So that's our issue now, even though we were supposed to technically be title winners. But either way, expectations are of course in Bassano's favour, and the odds expert also thinks so. And they are playing with a formation that probably somewhat exposes us. They're playing with 3 in the middle, while we played 2 in the middle, so that's already an advantage to them. They're still maintaining their 2 strikers as well, the addition and support of an advanced playmaker or an attacking midfielder. God knows what his actual role is. But yeah, the attacking midfielder always exposes teams who don't play with a defensive midfielder, so hopefully Giorgino can deal with him. But yeah, it'll be a tough game with it. Hopefully we can expose them on the flanks. That's where our where we're outnumbering them basically, so hopefully our wide players can have a good game, and especially in Prota, I think that's his name anyways, because he's one of the leading Serie B players, and he should be one of the top performers in today's game. But anyways, morale's not too good, and that's expected after so many games, but hopefully we can try and motivate them. We're using the excuse of wanting revenge to try and motivate my players, and we'll see what we'll get. Giorgino will have him tightly mark their attacking midfielder Lorenzo, and hopefully Giorgino gets on top of him and gets on his case to the point where he doesn't really want to have a good game anymore basically. But anyways, as you can see, manager's handshake. It's all friendly here, but not really. We need to try and get a result away from home. A draw wouldn't be too bad, but we definitely need to, at least if we're going to draw, then at least get 1 goal, so that we can, you know, have the advantage of away goals and try and keep a clean sheet at home. But anyways, I'm not 100% sure that's how it works in this competition, but that's how it normally works in most 2-legged games. Corrale losing the ball, early on. If he lost the game so early on, that would be a bit disappointing. But anyways, the clock's ticking down, and it looks like we're doing okay. We're not doing too poorly. Bassano, as you can see here, as expected, holding most of the possession as well as shots, so we might have to change up a little bit. So we'll go a bit more attacking here. It's been 30 minutes and we've only had one shot on target, so maybe this a switch to attacking mentality and you know, pushing our players a little bit further will help us. And there's immediate highlight after that, so hopefully the reaction is in our favor, not in theirs. But it is Bassano who bring the ball forward here. They're doing well to keep the ball and be a little bit patient on the attack, and suddenly they find themselves getting, you know, edging towards our box. But as I say that, they play the ball back to Galante. Maybe we can win it high up the pitch here. And Prota doing well to pressure his man, but unfortunately not enough to win it. And Modola lets his man through. Or was that Colli? Actually, it was Colli, but unfortunately that tackle there just sets Fabro through, and he makes no mistake to tuck it in. We're going to get another chance to see it through 3D here. But yeah, I mean, I was going to say poor defending, but he does well to win it back. Unfortunately, goalkeeper's already out and defenders can't cover. And yeah, I guess that is kind of poor defending, poor team shape rather than Colli single-handedly. And that is definitely poor defending there. That's Bassano's second. And it almost looks like it's all over already. I don't think there's been a single video here that I've shown you guys where it actually worked out. This Parma save is really just poor in the second half, no matter what. Goalkeeper Zommer's got a hand on it, but unfortunately not strong enough, and it's already 2-0 down. It looks like we're gonna have to switch even more attacking, push the wingers up, see what happens. Hopefully you know, this halftime team talk might inspire my players. I'm tempted to tell them they're not doing good enough, but they weren't even expected to win this game, so it might be a little bit better to tell them to motivate them, basically. So yeah, let me just say there's nothing to lose today and give it your best shot. I think they're dealing with enough pressure as is. It doesn't make sense to put any more pressure on them. And let's see whether the second half can get any better. Let's just quickly switch up to a 4-2-4. We really don't have anything to lose, as I told my players. You know, I'm not just lying to them. We actually don't have anything to lose. And I actually forgot, by switching my tactics, I don't have Giorgino marking the attacking midfielder. That might actually expose us a little bit there. But anyways, 4-2-4 here. Pushing the wingers up should help us expose the flanks even more. And maybe, just maybe, if we just get one, we're still in it. That's the hope for now. But if you just have a look at the ratings here, just, you know, well, it's disappeared now, but the ratings were pretty poor on our half. And it is Bassano who dedicating an incredible amount of players in that attack, and God knows what Zommers is doing there. I don't even think the goalkeeper's going to have a bad rating, but he definitely should. I mean, what is this? Creeps in the bottom corner, he's just backpedaling, and the defenders aren't doing anything. Oh, he's guessed the wrong way. Absolutely, I didn't see that. He's guessed the wrong way completely, and unfortunately his reaction isn't quick enough to make up for it. 60th minute here. We're just going to have to make some substitutions, and we need to make some attacking ones. As I was saying about our flank players, just have a look here. You can see both our wingers performing awfully, and our advanced forward, who's supposed to move towards the channels, performing horribly as well. So that's not good. Just about everyone other than these three here has been having a poor game. Two of these sorry about that. Two of these players here are actually having a quiet game anyway, so it's not like they're having a great game. The only player who's having a decent game is Modolo. But either way, we have to make some changes. Enough talking here. And let's see. Definitely gonna have to bring off one of the wingers. So bring off Improto just because he has a worse game. Corrale, we can bring on Marconi on for. We need to make a striker change for sure, and Vecchio makes sense to keep it a little bit more, considering he has a tiny bit better of a game there. And the last one, tell you what, we'll just substitute both the wingers, and we'll bring on Mazzarani. And hopefully all these attacking changes can help us, but us being 3-0 down makes sense to not even continue the live comm in the second leg. So it's likely that you will see us in either the last game of the season or the playoff spots. It really depends on how the season goes on. But as our season has deteriorated throughout the season, throughout the second half of the season, anyways, it's unlikely that we'll even make off the. I really don't even have any hope in us making the playoff spots anymore. Just the way it's gone, it's just been such a steep decline. It's unusual, actually, how it keeps happening. Maybe it has something to do with me not resting my players in the second half of the season and giving them a bunch of friendlies to play. But that, just look at the finances of the club and you can tell it's just awful. But anyways, just 20 seconds here to kill, and that's exactly what Bassano are going to do. No real dedication to the attack. As you can see, most of the players are sort of hanging back there. They're not really tempted to take their men on, and I guess that's okay with us. But yeah, full-time whistle there, and another poor performance. And just because of how bad morale is, I'm just going to tell them I'm not too concerned. Normally I would be telling them off, and honestly don't see the point in playing a second leg, but it is football, and you never know what happened. That's just how football is sometimes. Maybe we'll beat them 4-0 at home, so let's see what happens. But that was not an encouraging performance at all. So in terms of when we'll be back, I think we've already gone through that, but just to let you guys know one more time, it'll either be against Alto, I'm just going to say Alto, in the last game of the season at home. They are 16th. We have a couple of tough fixtures here in Pordenone, Teramo and Venetia. Two of those three are away from home. That's going to be really difficult. But hopefully these little easier games here will help us keep in the promotional spots. But yeah, as I mentioned before, if we don't make the promotional spots, then that will be the end of the series. It doesn't really make sense considering we're not even meeting expectations, and for some reason we do really well in the first half of the season. As you can see, a bunch of greens, of course a couple of reds, and then right after the set of friendlies, just 2 greens. Most of them are draws, and obviously quite an embarrassing number of reds too. But yeah, I mean, if you've enjoyed the series so far, then definitely hit the like button, and of course hit the subscribe button if you want to see some more daily Football Manager content. And I think that will be all for today, so thank you guys for watching.